Welcome to, I've lost track of what number this is. Welcome to it though. So we're at, a seed does not grow a tree overnight. It would take years of wrestling with my broken patterns to enter a fully yielded posture of victory. And I'm like, ha ha ha. Because the truth of the matter is, like, I'll be fully yielded and then time will happen. Things come through. I start holding on to things and like kind of forget what fully yielded even looks like or feels like, or how am I fully yielded now that I have children and like I'm a provider, like, but you know, ultimately he's the provider. So anyway, I just laugh at that because that's I think an ongoing forever kind of experience to be fully yielded, and it has to be a daily choice. Habits are difficult to break. Cycles are hard to split away from. My short-sighted comfort routines and lack of understanding were keeping me on the circular road to nowhere. I was reacting to or running from life's hardships instead of embracing them. I found myself remaining in the place of internal familiarity, even when it sucked. It requires very little energy to remain stagnant, and my energy bank was already in the negative. I had to figure out how to tap into divine energy when my natural energy was depleted. I had to figure out how to tap into my divine energy when my natural energy was depleted. Those moments of divine clarity are just that, a moment that is quickly replaced by new moments carrying their own sensations and ideas. How quickly we forget a blessing or substantial truth epiphany. Word. Shout out to the Journey Journal. Plug. Shameless plug for the Journey Journal right now. How quickly we forget a blessing or substantial truth epiphany. Life is a collection of varying experiences, and looking back, the ones that carry pain and comfort seem much more trustworthy than the ones carrying freedom. And you know what? Okay, two things. I don't think when I wrote this book, I had not created the Journey Journal yet. So that's so cool, because here I'm like speaking to something that's needed, because I'm like, those moments of divine clarity are just a moment, you know, and then next thing you know, we're bombarded with the next moment. And that's why I created the Journey Journal, was so when that divine moment hits you and it's so clear and real and true, and you're like, how did I not think of this? Or how did I not know this? Or why have I been living like that when it's this? So then you write it in your Journey Journal, and you remember to look back at your Journey Journal. There's a new design. It's beautiful. Go get yours. And there's a new hard copy now. Hard top, you know, hardcover, as opposed, because like sometimes mine gets all beat up when I try and take it places. So anyway, holler about that. So totally lost my place. But the next thing I was saying is the life is a collection of varying experiences, and that the ones that carry pain and comfort seem much more trustworthy than the ones carrying freedom. It's actually true. Like, our lizard brain remembers and holds on to painful memories, and it's like those ones we like attach to, because we perceive in our very like basic mind, our foundational mind, like our survival mind, is believing that we need to give more credit to the scary, dangerous, like those memories that hurt, rather than the good ones, the good times, because it thinks that it's protecting us. So that's actually scientific, and I don't know if I knew that at the time. I'd yet to develop the maturity and insight to understand that the obstacles and resistance I was encountering could actually serve a purpose. I'd yet to develop the maturity and the insight to understand that the obstacles and the resistance that I was encountering could actually serve a purpose. Rather than taking advantage of the resistance to increase my strength, I allowed it to push me down and at times crush me. Weak and ill-equipped, I didn't have the tools to hold my ground and strengthen myself for the warfare that life is bound to bring. I spent the following years digging for growth. I sought counseling, read books, tried new meditation practices, explored belief systems, slept a lot, and exercised. I altered my diet to support my mental and physical wellness. Slowly but surely, I began to break through. It is absolutely a process and absolutely worthwhile. Victory decision. In this book, I will share some strategies that have moved my life from a position of just knowing about inner power to actually activating it in my life. There are strategies and tools available to us that empower our ability to harness the victory within every situation. What would life look like if we chose to believe that this principle of victorious living was true? What if we chose to not just believe it, but to expect it? What if we decided that victory will be our story and we refuse to settle for anything less, no matter how long it takes? Word, proud of you, girl. I just want to say this to myself right now. I wrote this book totally at like probably one of the lowest points of my life. I didn't have anything going on for myself. I was trying to create a business. I was trying to bring people along with me. I had this great vision of like helping people and like loving people. I'd already been betrayed a lot. I've been tricked a lot because I believe what people tell me. And so here I was like, writing this book from a place of nowhereness, like from a place of totally like I could feel people, especially people close to me, like especially people that are haters that pretend to love me. I could feel them being like, who are you to like sit and tell anybody anything? Like, and I was like, I don't know. I agree. I don't think I'm anybody to sit and tell. I could feel that energy, that judgment, and that, but you know what I believe now? Now I'm like, okay, first of all this stuff worked for me. I went through a lot of traumatic things after this, like getting drugged, and then, I'm not going to list my list because I don't like to do that. But I went through some real life things that should have taken me out by now. And yet here I am in my right mind, sound mind, healthy, going, a way to hang in there. And also now that I see who those people are that I could feel that judgment from, I'm like, there's a little bit of just intimidation, I believe, going on. And it sounds so, what's the word? It sounds so like arrogant or something maybe to say that, but I really believe that. And then also just that they don't want it to be you. Like, just so you know, I'm talking to the next winner that's listening to this right now. They don't want it to be you. They don't want you to outshine them. They don't want it to be you. And it comes from a place of their own, like, what's that word? Like, insecurity or whatever, maybe low self-value, maybe self-shame, whatever it is, but it has nothing to do with you. And maybe they're just blind. Maybe maybe this talk is like wah 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 to them. So they're like, I don't know what you're freaking talking about. And you can't hold back because of other people. So anyway, hallelujah about that. There are strategies and tools available to us that empower our ability to harness the victory within every situation. Glory. What would life look like if we chose to believe that this principle of victorious living was true? Oh, we already read that part. What if we decided that victory will be our story and we refuse to settle for anything less, no matter how long it takes? Our society has led us to believe that we can have everything right now. And if we don't have it today or tomorrow or in a whole week, we give up. We are disillusioned by immediate gratification, which is a form of greed. The truth of the matter is that inner work takes time and energy, but it is also the most valuable because it is an investment that no one can take away from you. The word decide comes from the Latin word decidere or decidere, I don't know how to say it, which means literally to cut off from. Once we wholeheartedly decide on something, we are cutting off from any other option. Will you decide that victory is the only option for you? Yes. If you decide that, say yes in the comments. Say, victory is the only option. I am no longer accepting the things that I cannot change, and I am changing the things that I cannot accept. Angela Davis said that. If the consideration of making big changes immediately brings up a flurry of doubts, excuses, fears, and a flood of reasons why this may not work, you have two options. Option A is to shut those thoughts down, or option B, hand your power over to them. Hold on to your power. You don't have to let your thoughts control you. Our power lies within a foundation of truth in conjunction with open-mindedness. Open meaning free of fear, free of excuses, free of self-limiting beliefs. Just like a parachute, our minds work best when open and ready to receive that fresh breath of life-giving air.